Hi, welcome to the Wurdenberg Family Farm with Dawn and Brenda. Notice Dawn's not here right now. He's doing the camera work today. We're going to show you what I do when I'm not out working in the market garden or preparing food or doing other farm duties. And that is working on my jewelry business. Join us.
Brenda, how did you start your business?
Oh wow. It was about 12 years ago. And I started because I knew I wanted to work from home and I wanted to do something I kind of enjoyed. So I experimented with making jewelry, made probably 15 or 20 things, and I had friends over, a bunch of my friends, not to sell things, just to say, is this something you would like to buy? Is this something you think I can sell? Just to kind of do some market research and see what they thought. And they all gave it a thumbs up. So I just started making things and it took off from there.
Where did you start selling first?
We started with a few small shows. I remember doing the Apple Blossom Festival down at the Adams County Fairground. And that was kind of fun. It was neat to get to talk to customers and see what they did like, what they didn't like. And then I also started selling on Etsy. It's an online site for handcrafted and vintage items. And before too long, I started making sales. It was encouraging.
So do you make all your jewelry yourself?
I used to, but now we're to the point I can't make it all.
Yeah, you had over...
Last year we sold over 12,000 pieces of jewelry. So I can't make that many in a year.
So who works with you now?
Well, the biggest person helping me is basically my partner, my daughter, Anna. And she took the business, when I was just selling on Etsy and doing shows, she decided to get us on Amazon, which to me seemed like impossible. But she did it, and she is a master marketer, and the next thing you know, we are selling tons of items on Amazon. So it has gotten to the point that she does a lot of the business work, and she does make some jewelry when she has to. But I also have 3 other part-time employees that make things for me too.
So what other marketplaces do you sell on besides Amazon?
Well, now we're Etsy, Amazon, Walmart, eBay, and we have our own website on Shopify. I think that's it.
Okay. So how do you advertise your product? How does the word get out?
My daughter does all that. She does do advertising on each of the sites, and I think we have a Facebook page she advertises, but that's really her forte. I like making jewelry. She does more of the business side of things.
So what is Amazon Prime and Amazon?
Yeah, there's 2 different ways to sell on Amazon. There's FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon, where we make like 30, 40, 50 of an item and send it to an Amazon warehouse, and they split it up to their warehouses, and when you buy it, then you get it Prime. That's how you get Prime. The merchants sell them to the Amazon and then they spread them out. Or there's FBM, Fulfilled by Merchant, which means it's something we don't sell a ton of, not as many as on the FBA, but when you order it then, I make it here and ship it from my house. So there's 2 ways to sell on Amazon, and believe me, the biggest amount goes through FBA. People want to buy Prime, so we make large quantities of one item and send it to Amazon.
So where do you get your raw materials and...
Everywhere. That's been a hard part, trying to find suppliers with good prices, good quality, and that can maintain the supply, because the worst thing is you start selling a lot of something and then you can't get one of the supplies. So that's one of the headaches of the business, trying to keep supplies in stock to make the things that are selling.
So do you have accounting? Do you do all that, or who does all the business?
I do the accounting, but I use QuickBooks Online because with all of this and the farm, I don't have time to do a lot of intricate bookkeeping. So with QuickBooks Online, they hook up to your bank account and your credit card. The stuff's already in there. You just have to categorize it. And I also pay QuickBooks Payroll to run my payroll, because I can't do all the taxes, and it's just a nightmare to try to do all that yourself. So I pay them to do that. And QuickBooks is really good.
Yeah. Now, since you're merchandising, not in display cases, all of your merchandise is shown on pictures online. So how do you manage the photography?
Oh, I have this really good photographer. And he's a farmer too. My husband is my photographer. I used to take the photos, and I am not good at photography. I'm amazed that I sold things when I took pictures. So now that he's taking pictures, we get a lot better. Can you see that? Look at that picture. That's one of his many photos. He takes, I don't know how many photos now, But he does a much better job than I do. And that's really the key to selling, having good photos.
I bet he's expensive.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm the only one that can afford him.
Okay. So Brenda, can you show us how you make one of your most popular items?
Yeah, right now one of the things we're selling the most of, being as we're in the middle of a pandemic and we have to wear masks, I sell a lot of mask holders. So women can wear the mask around their necklace and take them off and on easily. And this one right here is by far the most popular, handcrafted Celtic knot mask lanyard.
So can you show us how you handcraft the Celtic knot?
Yeah, first thing you have to do is shape the wire into that Celtic knot, which we now do so many of these. This is one of the things I usually pay one of our employees, Liz, to do. She makes thousands of these things.
So what tool was that you just used?
They are round nose pliers. That's a cutter. And for a Celtic knot, you have to have 2 of those pieces to put together. So it's a matter of making them.
So you start with just a spool of silver-coated wire?
Yep, silver-plated copper, yep. And you end up with 2 little figure-8 looking things. Then you have to hammer it. It actually, what makes it look good, makes it stronger. So you have to hammer each one of those little pieces out.
So it starts off as a round wire, what, 16 gauge?
This is actually 18 gauge for this particular thing. Some are 18, some are 16.
Okay.
And you reshape it, make sure it's all together perfect.
Okay.
And ready to assemble.
You make that look easy.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of time getting used to holding the tools. That's probably the hardest part.
You didn't measure the size of the opening, you just know where to do it?
After you've made thousands and thousands and thousands of them, you kind of get a pretty good idea where to go.
Okay, so what did you put on there?
These are jump rings, which you use in almost every kind of jewelry to assemble anything. They're held together with little rings that you open and close to hold things together.
Okay, so with the jump ring there, you just secured the top and the bottom of them. And let's get a close-up of to show.
See, the jump ring's open.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of putting it through and closing it.
To
with
an
pliers.
exact point.
Yes.
Otherwise it'll snag.
Right. And you end up with, voila, a little Celtic knot. And then it's just a matter of attaching it to the chain with jump rings and then attaching the lobster clasps with jump rings.
So they're opposite of each other, the small ones.
Yeah, it's 2 figure-8s flipped on each other to form the Celtic knot.
Okay.
I've been making that since the very beginning of the business, and it's always been my most popular pattern of anything I've made.
Okay. All right, so let's put the rest of it together.
I have to make another Celtic knot because it takes 2.
Okay. So how do you hook the mask to your mask holder?
Well, that's why we use the really big lobster claws, because they hook on even the thickest of mask things. And that's just like, kind of like eyeglass necklace things. Hold them around your neck so you can put it on. When you're done, take it off, and there it is. You don't have to go rooting for it. It's always right there for you.
Yeah.
So it's very convenient. I wasn't planning on making things related to the pandemic, but we had so many women asking for them, so we started marketing them, and it definitely is fulfilling a need for the time being.
So how about your supplies? Where do you keep all your supplies in inventory?
Everywhere. To run a business of this size, and we carry quite a few different items, it's a lot of supplies. So they are in every cabinet, every nook, every cranny. Lots of boxes full of gems and beads.
Why do you have a stove in your office?
This is the part of the farmhouse that was actually the in-law suite they added on. So originally I was going to have this all redone and take this out and take the faucet out, and it's like, you know, when we have family dinners, it's actually convenient to have 2 ovens. So we left it in. I just I work around it. I put things right over top of it.
Is that your shipping station?
This is my shipping station.
This is just part of your inventory, right? Where's the rest of your inventory?
We have inventory 3 places. Here, and then at the Amazon warehouse, or all over the country. They could be in any Amazon warehouse. And then we have something called the Amazon warehouse. My daughter's name is Anna. And she keeps a certain amount of stock there so she can ship to Amazon at any point. She keeps kind of like a prepared shipment ready to go. So we have the Amazon warehouse and the Amazon warehouse.
Cool. So Brenda, how does a small business, family business like yours, tie in with Amazon? Some folks think that Amazon's only multinational corporations.
I'm sure there is a lot of that on Amazon, but there are also a lot of small businesses like ours that needs an online retailer to sell through. I mean, we have our own website, but nothing has the retail power of Amazon. So for me, it's wonderful because I can work from home, and I can also employ 4 young moms working from home. So to me, it's a wonderful solution to the problem, and Amazon is about the only way to go right now for big sales.
So customers that want to buy from small businesses, how do they know when they're on Amazon that it's a small business?
Yeah, if you're on Amazon, you want to learn about your merchant, just look at the page where you're buying what you're buying. It'll usually tell you something about the merchant. You can find the name somewhere, who's selling it. On Amazon, you can go to their store and sell all their stuff, see what they're selling, but you can also look up their name and just go to Google and do a search and look into the business. And you'll learn if they're just some multi-million corporation trying to look small, or if it really is a family-owned business in Pennsylvania. You can learn about the company.
Okay.
So thanks for watching today as I showed you a little bit about this part of my life. Hope you learned something about jewelry making, jewelry business, all kinds of things, Amazon. And I want to thank any of you that happen to be customers out there that have bought from me in the past. Thank you. My daughter and I and my employees are very thankful that we can make an income and stay at home. It has been a wonderful thing. And with the farm, I can go out in the morning and work in the garden, come in here in the afternoon and make jewelry. So it suits our lifestyle wonderfully. Thank you. And if any of you are out there that want to have questions about whether it's making jewelry, a business, working with Amazon, anything, go ahead and make in the comment, ask questions, and either me or my daughter, she knows more about the business side. We'd be happy to try to answer your questions. Or if you just have any recommendations, if any of you out there have any, advice on somebody doing a business that you think could help us, let us know. So thanks again, and if you thought this was interesting, and if you happen to want to see more things about the farm side of our life, be sure to click like and then subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you.